welcome back to my channel. My name is Shirley. If you're new here, and if you are new, I always adjust myself in this chair for some reason. Why not become a part of the family? We all need you here. So I'm going to do a little story time. No makeup, no hair, just a little story time, because a subscriber suggested that maybe I do story time about growing up with vitiligo. And I'm going to insert a picture farther down in the video, or maybe right here, I'm not sure, of me in shorts and a shirt. Because I do wear shorts and I do wear t-shirts, but it's my vitiligo is in my face and I cover it up with makeup, and it's, as you can see, it's on my arms. I hope y'all don't see the little butterfly things, but it's on my arms. Well, I guess you do see the butterflies, and it's on my legs, it's on my feet, it's my whole body is not covered, but it's just like this. It's all over my body like that. Two, it's covered enough that even the doctors say getting the treatment like with the UV lights and all of that wouldn't even be a good idea. The only other alternative is taking this cream or this salve that they have and rubbing it over my body and depigmentating me and making me white all over. And that's not an option for me. I would not do that because I actually love my brown skin. I really do. I discovered that I discovered it when I was 6. My mom didn't see it until, I'm trying to say almost 6. Between 5 and 6, I discovered that I had the vitiligo. But it was in a place no one would see. No one knew it was there. I discovered being a child, taking a bath and looking. And I saw it and I was like, oh, wow. Maybe when I sat in the tub a couple of weeks ago, it was hotter than what I thought it was. And it actually burnt, but it didn't hurt. So I didn't even say anything to my mom about it. And then one day she was giving me a bath and she saw it and she said she was devastated because someone in the family on my dad's side had it. But she didn't say anything to me. She didn't act like she was devastated. She was like, continued to do and talk, oh, you have this whiteness coming on you. And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. I think I burnt myself when I was taking a bath. She didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what it was. We really didn't find out the name of it until we actually came to Florida. And the doctor, as soon as he saw me, he knew what it was. So with my sisters and brothers, I don't think they even saw it until I was older, maybe in the 6th grade after moving to Florida. I had it. It was under my clothes. You couldn't see it. I could wear bikinis. I can wear bathing suit. I can wear booty shorts. I could wear all that. You just didn't see it. And then I remember it came on my feet in the 6th grade, just one of them. And someone thought that I was burnt. And I remember my sister, God bless the dead, she had mashed a hot sweet potato on my feet because we was fighting. So she mashed it, and where she mashed it, the color didn't come back. And I used that as, yeah, I was burnt with a sweet potato. So, but the next year, my feet was brown all over. So my vitiligo would come and go, come and go. Like it would, one week you would look here, like this was white and it turned back brown. You would look here and it's a white spot, and 2 weeks later it's brown. So you would, I guess people would be confused of what was going on. And then when I turned 22, it came on my hand. And I didn't cover it up. I just let it, because I was out of school. I prayed that when I was in school, that I said, Lord, please just don't let it come out so people can see it, because children are the meanest little things. They so mean. Some children are so mean and so nasty when they're little. I just did not want it to come out for the children to see. And it didn't. It didn't come out until I was 22. It started on my hand. And I remember it was after I had my daughter. I'm looking down at some of my notes. After I had my daughter, it came on my hand. I want to go back a little bit. My mom, when I turned 22 and it was coming out on my body, she asked me, she said, do you blame me for you having vitiligo? And I was like, why would I blame you? that didn't make any sense to me. Like, no, that never even entered my thought to say, it's your fault that I have vitiligo. I never thought about it was anyone's fault. And I just knew, I felt like, okay, God, I have this vitiligo because you feel like I was the strongest one in the family that can handle it. I didn't think my sisters them could handle it or my brothers. So now back to when I was 22 and I had my daughter. Girl, the stuff ran rapid. It was coming on my hand. It was coming more on my legs. It was coming on my feet. It just started, because of the hormone of being pregnant, it just started going all over, spots all over. And I remember my daughter saying to me, Mom, is you going to turn white? And I said, I may, because people have turned white from it. She said, if you turn white and I'm still black, people not going to know you're my mom. I need to turn white also. And I was like, no, baby. Love that brown skin that you're in because it's beautiful. And so she gave up that thought. Jay, shh, that's Jay. Squeaking on the toy. And then my son was the opposite. He didn't ask about me, people not thinking he's my mom. He was like, he wanted to be my protector. You bet not stare at me too hard because he want to puff up and say something to you. But they didn't notice until they was about 3. And I noticed that with most kids, when they're small, they act like they don't notice it. But by the time they getting ready to turn 3, they will ask the question of what is going on, what is happening to you. And then the thing in my 20s, when people could see it, it started in my face. It was on my hand, but once it started in my face, it was just a tiny dot right down my nose. And this girl said to me, that thing up your nose, is that the same thing on your hands? And I was confused. Why was you looking at my nose so hard? And I was like, yes, it is. So that made me cover it up when it came in my face. I saw it and I just put a little makeup there and it was covered up. So I was like, okay, I'll just cover it up. Every little dot come out, cover it up in my face only because I'm not covering it up on my hand. I bought the Dermablend one time to cover it up on my hand to see what it would look like. Girl, everywhere I went, you knew I was there because there would be a brown spot. I was like, this is not work. Only the face get covered and no place else. And I remember being in school and I would listen to the teacher say, there is no stupid question. That only apply to school and education and when you're trying to learn something. But there are stupid questions. This older girl, about my age, I was working at Winn-Dixie as a cashier and I think I was 21, 22. And she said to me, I bet you that hurt when you was burnt. I bet you that hurt when you got burnt. And I said, no, it didn't. So now she was standing up there with a look on her face. I was like, you asked a stupid question. I'm not even going to tell you what it is or say anything. We're done. You think what you think. And you saw how I looked down. That's how I was looking at her because I thought that was a very stupid question. And she was with her boyfriend. I guess she thought she was being cute. She wasn't. And she should be about my age now. And shame on you. Okay. I wear any clothes I want, even though I forget about I have vitiligo 95% of the time. Here with me talking about it, I see it. In my hands, I see it now. But like when I'm out and about, I don't think about it until I notice somebody looking at me. And then I go, what are they looking at me for? Then I go, oh, my vitiligo is showing. but I don't care because it is what it is. The only reason I covered up in my face, I love wearing makeup and I can't half do it. I can't half do the makeup to show the vitiligo. I don't want to show it. And I think if I was younger and it started in my face, I probably would have never covered it up. Because my mom wouldn't have covered it up. But when I got in my 20s and it was not in my face, I covered it up. In my face only. Because it's almost like with me forgetting about it. It's like the Bible saying, you know how you look in the mirror and you see your complexion, you see yourself. But then when you walk away, you don't remember what you just saw in the mirror. That's how it is with my vitiligo. I don't see it unless pay attention to it. I see it, it's just like my eyes just blank it out. Like even with my family. They don't notice when I don't have on makeup or have on makeup because they don't see the vitiligo until it's pointed out. Then they say, oh, I forget. Like it just don't stay on their minds. On my friends, they just don't see it anymore. And maybe if you watch me long enough on YouTube, you probably won't see it after looking at me for so long. Like, oh yeah, she does have vitiligo. So I think I talked about everything with the vitiligo. But if you have any questions for me about the vitiligo, you can leave them below and I'll answer them. It don't hurt at all. I think that's why doctors don't invest in it that much, or is not enough, what is it? Research on it, because it don't hurt at all. But I remember just one more thing. She was an older lady too. I had known her since I was 16. She saw it on me when I was in my 20s. And now I'm going to say I'm in my late 30s when she said this. She said, you know, you have to be confident in yourself like Anne, because she have leprosy. And she's confident. I said, I don't have leprosy. I have vitiligo. If I had leprosy, how can I have it for so long? Because leprosy causes you to shed your skin and your flesh is rotting off of you. Well, what would make you think I have leprosy? I thought that was just crazy. And she was an older lady, but she didn't know. But you should have known it wasn't leprosy after almost 20 years. I would have been dead if I didn't get treatment. So guys, this is me in shorts, and you can see the vitiligo is on my legs and my arms and other places, but you can see that I do have vitiligo patchy all over. So guys, this is my story about living with vitiligo. It don't bother me now. And I don't know what would my reaction be if somebody really act up about it. But I guess I'll be okay because I have had it for over 40-something years. And it is what it is. And I will see you guys in my next upload, my next video, because we're family, right? And you have already subscribed. Thank you for watching. Mwah.